Alrighty, howdy y'all. This is Mr. Reardon here, and I would like to show you exactly what it is you need to do in order to successfully do the research for your TED Talk presentation, and exactly how to use the document that I've given you in order to actually make that happen. So of course, you'll be in our class. We're going to go ahead and go to English 9A. And the materials will be in the roles folder, and they will be in week 2. You can't see them yet, but you'll be able to see them in just a minute. And then we are going to be looking at this assignment here. It's going to be 2.4. I'm actually going to fix that right now. 2.4. Oops, 2.4. And so TED Talk doing your research. You'll be making yourself a copy of the document right here. It'll ask you to make a copy, and you'll say, yes, I would love to make a copy of this document. And you'll get one. So a couple things to note here. First of all, you cannot use this document or do this assignment until after you've completed the choosing and refining a topic document. Your choosing a topic document looks something like this, right? This was last week's assignment. You came up with 3 ideas for what your TED Talk might look like, and you made them even more specific to create yourself a little opinion-based question or statement that would help you. And then based on that work, you narrowed it down to just 2 topics. And at this point, of course, you have to decide on one of them, right? Which one of those 2 topics do you want to go with? You also, throughout this process, came up with a few different things you could research. You came up with 3, 4, or 5 different things you could research. And so if you didn't get to 5, I will ask you to get to 5 at some point before you complete this week's work, because you need to have 5 of these little statements here in order to be able to use the doing your research document, right? You have to think about the different things that you can research given whatever your topic is. And these things are what will go directly in the boxes here, right? The area of topic you'll research on this handout. So you'll notice that the first one in my example here is, right, what to eat, what could you eat when running an ultramarathon? And so that's the example I did for you here on this document, right? What could you eat to run an ultramarathon? Now I went online and I found a source that happens to talk about what you could eat or what you should eat, right, to run an ultramarathon. So first of all, I had to put together some context for this quote. So you can see here, I included all of these pieces, right? The year of the source, when it was published, the title of the article itself, who wrote it, where the article appeared or what institution was responsible for publishing the article, and the medium. Right? So I'll need you to put all of those pieces together in a little bit of context. So in a 2013 article in Ultra Running Magazine titled "The Last Article You'll Ever Need to Read About What to Eat During an Ultramarathon," Sunny Blend presents a reality we all share, right? And then that leads directly into the quote that I took directly from the source. And I just copied and pasted this quote and then fixed the font to make sure it was Garamond size 13. And that's it. The other thing I want you to be sure you do is to link the source here. So you'll do this because later on, instead of having to go hunt for the source again, you can just come to this document and you'll have everything you need. So here's the original article I took the source from. I'm going to just grab this link here, select the whole thing, and right-click, 2-finger click on a Mac or a Chromebook, copy, and I'm going to go back to my handout here, and I'm going to highlight this, you can do right click or link. I like to do Control K or Command K on a Mac, and then paste. That would be right click paste on a computer. I just did Control V. So apply, and there you go. Now you have a link right there you can use. So that's what I'm asking you to do, and I'm asking you to do it for 5 different sources. I want you to find 5 sources. Now, you might not end up using all 5 of those sources in your final presentation, but I want you to have 5 to start with, and you might end up narrowing it down later. Maybe you'll decide one of the sources you found isn't helpful to you. That's okay. Don't forget, all the sources you use have to be from this LibGuide, right? libguides.pausd.org/speaking. So let me show you what this looks like here. Here it is. All right, there are, on this website, there are tons of TED Talks, an example, or some examples of what public speaking maybe shouldn't look like. All right, now the research resources right here, the research resources tab is what you need to look at to find sources for your research. Now, there are just tons of resources on here, right? Procon.org, Pew Research Center, New York Times, All Sides, Journalist Resource, NPR, PBS NewsHour. All of these are totally acceptable topics. I also gave you a few more you could choose from, like Psychology Today in the TED Talk assignment sheet. If it's a reputable source, right? So we're talking a major newspaper, a major news site, an academic article, I have no problem with that. But if you're even a little bit concerned that the source you're choosing is not approved or wouldn't be approved by me, you need to make sure you get permission. So it's either on here or it's one of those widely recognized reputable news sources, or you get permission. Those are your 3 options. So the last piece here, once you've done all the research you need to do, you've found all of your sources, you've typed and color-coded all of your Y tags, you then need to write yourself a TED Talk opinion statement. You would come down here and you would write yourself one. So my example here is, I believe the best way to eat during an ultramarathon is to consume lots of fat and protein. That would be the result of all of this research up here. So once you've written your opinion statement, you're done. You can go upload this to Schoology. You'll just need to go File, Download, PDF document. It'll show up in your Downloads folder. And then you have to go back to Schoology and click Submit and upload it. It looks like the Google Drive Assignments app isn't working, so you can't upload directly from Google Drive right now. You have to actually download the PDF and upload as a PDF, and then upload it to Schoology from your computer. Alrighty, so that's all. Please know that I am an email away, or you could drop by the Wednesday optional Zoom tutorials if you are watching this in April 2020 and we're not meeting in person. Alrighty, thank you.